Shaloha everyone, Rabbi Rachel here. I awoke this morning and a little something came through and I was told to share it with you. So here goes nothing. Shaloha, welcome everyone far and wide. From this voice I cannot hide. Time to share divine truth with strength and pride. I'm just the conduit here for the ride. For in this week's portion our Creator cried and issued the laws to keep the divine on our side. This is no accident, we cannot hide. It's time to accept. To ourselves we might have lied. We worship idols. We forget the Sabbath bride. We forget our own power and to what we abide. On January 31st, 2018, look up at the sky. You'll see what I mean. A lunar eclipse, the full moon gleam. The blood moon will glow red, and it isn't a dream. A reminder to look deeper, not as all as it seems. And you are needed, a crucial part of the team. Yes, a full moon, blue moon, super moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse. In 150 years, definitely not to be missed. The power of this day could leave you famished if you don't stop to experience as our Creator had wished. For on this day also falls Tu B'Shvat, the new year for our trees, which mean quite a lot, not to be ignored or just left to rot, meant to ground us to the earth and where we were brought. Here to remind us who we are, not who we are not. We were told what to do, and it isn't a lot. Just be a good person and honor Shabbat. Don't lie, cheat, or kill. You will always get caught. Just 10 simple laws our ancestors fought to receive them at all. Or have we forgot? We seem to have forgotten in our current society that we are connected, you and me, that we are all one, everything is energy, and it's so much more than media socially. We seem to be missing something I clearly see. We are so heavily absorbed in the worship of idolatry. Idols other than God we call celebrities, and we obsess and judge their every move constantly, no longer just in the news or TV, thanks to social media and our voyeuristic tendencies, created to manipulate our insecurities with the illusion they've created of authenticity. Because you're still in control of what people will see, there's no way on social media to be authentically. And while we all would like to think from the ego we are free, there is nothing real online at all. Can you even trust me? I've seen it all from behind the scenes, the platform it takes to live the dream, all an illusion, a marketing scheme. They don't do it themselves, they all have a team, a platform they call it, on which you should stand. The millions of followers that will never touch your hand. Yet when Moses led us to the promised land, he stood on no platform, but barefoot in the sand. God made him come down, that was the command, to all stand as one, barefoot on the land. And what happened next was a moment so grand. The 10 Commandments were put in his hand. But what happened then is what we need today. And that is the message, what I'm trying to say. We seem to have forgotten we're in our own way. Insecurity and ego we were put here to slay. To all stand as one on the same level of earth. This is the change we were put here to birth. This is a test of our strength and girth. We are all just the same, no matter net worth. And that's why there's no accidents of our portion this week. Reminds us of this and the truth that we seek. It's found only within by the kind and meek. Moses walked down from the mountain peak. If we choose to ignore, it could get pretty bleak. These things don't just happen. Accidents aren't freak. God is communicating through every fire and creek. And all these things happening on the very same day. Spirit is calling. What can I say? Communicating with us in all different ways, trying to remind us we're no different today. We all know the lies, the corruption and extortion, everything around us of biblical proportion. The weather, the politics, there is no distortion. Spirit sending us signs. It's us who's ignoring. History repeats itself unless we help it change. And all the signs we're being given in all the ways they range. Yet there are no accidents and where we are is strange. But we are not strangers here. We're here to rise again. Tu B'Shvat, a day for our trees. We're told not to wear shoes, to walk on earth free, to eat fruits and enjoy what grows abundantly, to maintain our connection to our divinity. Because this is where we feel spirit, in the earth and the sea, created by the one that breathes you and me. And that breath of life lives eternally, and it's communicating with you, if you could just stop and see. I could talk nonstop about what I think will happen that day, and what I believe our Creator's trying to say. All of the energy that is at play, cosmic shifts happening, we can't keep at bay. A lunar eclipse on this festive holiday, but if we try to understand, we will surely go cray. Try to stop and listen to what there is to say. Spirit is calling in every which way. Shift happens whether or not you pray. So many signs as the layers shall fray, bringing us all closer to a new day. As the moon turns red, yet we all see gray. History will repeat, come what may, unless we awaken like the divine moon ray. Change is inevitable. Nothing shall stay. So what do you think? What do you have to say? We're just like our ancestors, no different today. And when the new earth awakens, here's what they say. All who were at Sinai on that great holy day and held space for Moses and stood come what may, will be here again to help guide the way. And just like before, we know what's in store. History repeats if we don't choose to restore, to honor and respect this essence at its core, if we only see surface and we don't choose to know more. Because you are the key. You are the door. You are a miracle, and I know it for sure. You are important, and this isn't just lore, even though I know these stories can sometimes seem like a bore. But we must look beyond. There is so much more. Our ancestors left this to help us find more, to prevent us from the future that they knew was in store, because they had lived it. They've been here before. That's why it's so relevant, maybe even more, because we have the secret. We just choose to ignore. So on Tu B'Shvat, on this super full moon eclipse light, honor you, choose to shine bright, turn and look inward, and it doesn't take sight, and you don't have to try, you don't need might. When you choose to be happy, you don't need to be right, and I know it's not easy, we've all had to fight. It's always been a struggle to find our way home, but our ancestors knew we were never alone, and this is the truth, we are still being shown. The divine is still speaking, but in a different tone. You are always supported, no matter where you may roam. You just have to ask and let it be known. And just like the tree, you will have grown. The choice is ours, whether we grumble or moan. We are all here as one, in bodies on loan. And we're all waking up. The cover's been blown. No moment, but now. Namaste. Shalom.